the beans, full bore. Here we go, in the basement, doing a little update on some plans for Jeep suspension parts. Ignore the heater over there, it's making noise and stuff, but this is the collection of stuff that we're putting together, new and used and cobbled together and all that good stuff, for Dumpster Fire 1. I am not afraid to go super cheap and source used parts, and we're going to take a minute and roll through this stuff one piece at a time. Not going to use these. Next two pieces of equipment we have here are going to be TerraFlex coils. These are supposedly 4-inch lift coils with mileage on them. This is where it is good to be involved with your local Jeep club, with the message board, the forum, the classifieds, all that good stuff. I think I got those for 40 bucks from a guy who was parting out a Jeep. Right next to those are a set of early generation, early production Rusty's lower control arms. The joints on them are still good, they're tight. The bushings on the other end, they're in excellent shape. The sleeves are great, there's no slop in the threads. They have been wheeled a bunch. I know the guy I got them from, he's run some gnarly stuff with these things and they have never failed. He just ended up switching to a long arm along the way. I have $20 in these bad boys. Again, make friends with your local Jeeper. We do have new shocks. This is going to be one of the front shocks. This is where working for a parts store or a parts supply company can come in handy. I have 30 bucks a piece in both fronts and rears set of skyjackers that are intended for a 4 to 6 inch lift. I can get the compressed and extended lengths for you, but I want to say it's around 14 inches compressed and 24 extended, so you've got 9 or 10 inches worth of travel, and yeah, they'll do the job. They're just the cheap hydros, they're not even nitrogen charged, but again, it's a cheap Jeep, it's a cheap project. This is going to be one of the new parts, a slightly fancy bit of kit. That is an Iron Rock Off-Road double shear track bar kit, adjustable, urethane bushings on both ends, good hardware. They make really nice stuff. Here we can see the double shear mount, nice and beefy, doesn't have any of that factory style OEM tie rod end mess on it. This completely replaces the factory mount where it bolts into the unibody from below and into the side, and they have a good reputation. I've always found myself impressed with the general quality of their parts. Prices aren't bad. If you get with them on the right holidays and specials, sometimes you can get free shipping on their stuff. Someday I'd like to do the 3-link long arm kit. Yep, that's a drive shaft. And this guy is a front shaft for an XJ. Why do you have a front shaft, you ask? Eventually I'll end up spending money for a good SYE or slip yoke eliminator kit, or I'll go ahead and cheap out and go for the old hack and tap. Depends which one I feel like dealing with, because lazy. This is a drop-in on one of those slip yoke situations, and yeah, Craigslist is your friend. It already has rebuilt joints in it, the double cardan's been done. It just has flash rust on it from sitting on the basement floor for the last 2 years. Again, slowly but surely collecting parts. U-bolt kits. Ignore the fact that there are pictures of lowering blocks and or lift blocks on this. These are specifically sized to work with the 8 1/4 Chrysler axle. Your Dana 35 is going to have a different size, and these are ones that you will strap in and then cut to length. Ignore the rusty old bolts laying on the floor below it. Those are just spares I have laying around, so I left them in the pile. Less than 25 bucks for the kit, but they are strong, they will work. Just make sure you torque everything properly and then retorque after driving. Sway bar end leads. I'm not sure why these are here. They were just in my parts pile, so they're gonna stay here. They won't fit anything specifically on this. These are a TJ specific part. Rear leaf spring goodness. Now, this is part of that cheap Jeep build-up ethos that I'm kind of sticking with. These springs are heavy-duty package rated Dorman stock replacements. If you've watched the other videos, you've seen how blown, flattened, and even inverted the springs are on the back of Dumpster Fire 1. I have a plan for these. We're going to pull these brand new springs apart, and we are going to add to them by way of an add-a-leaf. That should be a 2-inch add-a-leaf setup. You'll notice it is long. These are also Iron Rock Off-Road. Now, if you go and you start comparing add-a-leaf kits online, you'll see stuff like Rough Country and a couple other places where they end up having this little short leaf that only runs from right about here to right about here, and they don't do much for durability or for ride comfort. All they're really doing is making the spring a little bit thicker and really, really stiffening it up. You'll notice that these are almost the full length of the main leaf. So we're going to have to undo 1, 2, 3, 4 bands on the leaf pack, undo the center pin, and replace those. They all come in the hardware kit from Iron Rock. I want to say it was barely 90 bucks for both of them. But from where I've talked to a whole bunch of folks, they like them. They don't have sagging issues. And combine that with a set of brand new leaf springs, they should be pretty durable for a daily driver that sees the occasional bomb up and down a few fire roads. Look, we're not building the full-on rock crawler. We're not going to exo cage this thing. This is just a quick rundown of what we got going here. Maybe later on, over the next day or two, as I work on filming more stuff and have time off from work, we'll get around to doing some wizardry and putting some of these bad boys together. Yeah, really quick little overview of what will hopefully give me between 3.5 and 4 inches of lift total on the Jeep. We say 4-inch coils, factory spring with a 2-inch add-a-leaf to it. That's not 4 inches in front and back. I've already got shackle relocator boxes installed on the back of the leaf spring mounts on the frame of the Cherokee. So those are worth 1 inch. And then I've also got a set of Terraflex shackles in there that I can use to adjust a combination of spring rate and ride height. So yeah, we should be right on the money about there. Hopefully I'll be able to dial in pinion angle and have enough engagement without having to immediately do a slip yoke kit or a hack and tack. But with the exception of either the slip yoke kit or the hack and tack yoke kit, we should be on the road. This could all be done in one afternoon. It's a matter of having the time, the space, the weather, and the lack of back pain to get it done. More to come. Hey Lucy dog, what you doing, dum-dum? You being stupid? Hey dummy, what you doing? Yeah.